Hello everyone. Now this is going to be an energy update for the full moon lunar eclipse in Scorpio happening on the 5th or the 6th of May depending on where you are on the planet. Now this particular eclipse, now firstly this energy update is for the collective. It doesn't matter what your sign is. If you're watching this, well, there is a message in here for you, and it is a general reading. Only take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Now, when it comes to this particular eclipse in Scorpio, Scorpio, as we know, it's ruled by Pluto and it rules the 8th house. So anything that is deep, dark, mysterious, shadowy, difficult to digest is Scorpio, right? Now, when we have a full moon lunar eclipse, there are culminations, things come to light, there are realizations, there are epiphanies. Now, this is not Uranus-like epiphanies. This is very deep psychological epiphanies, right? Some of us may be having trouble sleeping. We may be crying a lot. We may be purging, cleansing. There are a lot of deep-seated fears and wounds and triggers and traumas that can come to the surface during an eclipse like this. And I was talking about Uranus, and I'm going to quickly mention the transits for just a minute. Now, Uranus is sitting very close to the sun in Taurus, right? And this eclipse is happening on the Scorpio-Taurus axis, which are both fixed signs. Because Uranus is very comfortably attached to the sun right now, these surprises that we experience are going to come out of nowhere, literally nowhere. Okay? Speaking from personal experience, a lot of these transits don't affect me that much because I'm already aware of them, right? I already know what kind of energy to expect. I knew what to expect this time, but whatever I expected did not happen. I wouldn't even say the complete opposite, but let's say I was focusing on apples, I was given bananas. No joke. Complete shift. So I don't know if it's the 5th or the 6th when you're going to see these massive changes, or it's going to be, a couple of weeks or a few months later, because the energy is going to stick around for a bit. This eclipse is also opposing Pluto, which is very interesting because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, right? Pluto is Hades, the underworld. This is when, like I said, all that gunk is brought up from deep underneath the surface and is brought up to be healed, and then sent up to the sun to burn away, right? So whatever you're experiencing, if you feel that your life is over and oh my God, this is too painful, trust me, you're not going to feel like that in just a minute. It can be incredibly intense, but it's a short burst of energy, right? It's like a wrecking ball. It comes in, clears away everything, and you're left with a clean slate where you can build from the ground up. Now, another transit that I want to mention is Mars in Cancer is supporting the moon in Scorpio, okay? And it's also supporting the sun in Taurus. So when it comes to anger, I wouldn't be too worried about it because Mars in Cancer, if it can get angry, but it's passive aggression, right? So I wouldn't worry about arguments and heated debates or any of that. It's more conflict within oneself. So what I want to focus on today is, what are you releasing? What can you expect? What changes can you expect? Do not fear this eclipse, okay? Every single planetary transit, especially an eclipse that comes into our life, it comes for a reason, because it has to eliminate debris that is just poisoning our environment. So whatever is being removed, take it with a pinch of salt, okay? Enough about that. Now let's get an overall energy card. These are my Italian leather cards that I got back from Florence. It's just the major arcana, but I want to see the overarching theme. Oh, interesting. We have the Lovers. Okay. That's incredibly convenient because I am a love reader and that's what I usually focus on. All right, let's get a couple more oracle cards before we start the reading. Pleiades. Double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. Now, we are entering the age of Aquarius, and Pluto has just entered Aquarius, which is, again, very interesting if you think of the dynamics happening in the sky, with Pluto opposing this eclipse and Scorpio being ruled by it. This double mission with channeling and uplifting humanity, now for a very small number of you, okay? Keeping this in mind, keeping the Lovers in mind and Pleiades in mind. Some of you may be in a very deep soul tie. Some of you may even be in a twin flame connection. Again, those are incredibly rare. Do your research before you convince yourself that you are a part of one, all right? It's almost like the pain and the purging that you go through in a relationship. Now, this is not for people who are in harmonious relationships by any means, all right? This is for people who, or viewers who are going through a dark night of the soul, people who are going through separation, who are going through healing. It's almost like the pain that you go through this journey, it's helping you make a guidebook that's going to help other people. Right? It's making you a pro at healing. Does that make sense? And because you are teaching yourself this, you are watching a tarot reading, right? You are awakening to your spirituality. Because you are doing that, you are gathering enough wisdom and knowledge to not just help yourself, but to help the people around you as well. People who may be going through something similar. So there is something about uplifting humanity, something about helping the people around you during this eclipse. And you could also, well, there could be news. There could be news about communities, about gatherings or societies that you were a part of. Secrets may be revealed. So just keep that in mind. Healing. That is interesting, is it not? Spirit quartz with Chiron. How beautiful. Now, Chiron is in Aries, and that talks about healing oneself, right? Now, if you don't know the mythology, I'll give you a quick overview. Chiron was a senator, right? He used to train gods and warriors like Zeus, etc. And while he was in the middle of a training session, who was he maimed by? I can't remember. I think it was Zeus only. He was maimed by a Zeus with a poisonous arrow by mistake. It was an accident. Now, after that, he couldn't train anymore, right? So what he did with his time was he built the equivalent, the ancient Greek equivalent of a medical school, and he started healing himself and healing other people. And he started teaching other people how to heal themselves as well. So Chiron showing up here, it resonates with this other oracle, right? This love, whatever this is, it has been brought to your life to not cause you pain. It's been brought into your life to help you grow, to help you shine, right? How a piece of coal needs pressure to turn into a diamond. This is your pressure. It's needed, okay? And if anything has been awry and whatever has caused a separation between you and your significant other, I feel like with this healing card showing up, this eclipse will purge anything that is, like I said, poisoning the environment of your connection. Imagine your connection to be a seed, right? It's in toxic soil. That soil needs to be cleansed so that relationship can grow. I don't know if this is other people interfering. I don't know why I suddenly got that, whether it's family, friends, a third party, whatever it may be. This eclipse could very well purge all of that out of the energy of this relationship. All right, we're going to freestyle this. Yeah. Upheaval and release. If any card could describe this eclipse, it is this one. The Three of Swords is the most painful card in the tarot. But that pain is followed by the Four of Swords, which is healing, right? Whew, I knew this was going to be a tough one, but yeah, Five of Wands, frustration and opposition. Don't let this get to you. It may bring out the worst in you, but that's what Scorpio does, right? It brings out your shadow side. Some of you may not be able to recognize yourselves, and that happened to me. I feel the energy way before it actually happens. And not just within me, but in other people, I started seeing shadows. And I just couldn't ignore them anymore. It's like what I thought a person was, a person I've known for 20 years, giving you an example, they would behave like the complete opposite of that person. And I had to tap into a very mature part of me to understand that that is just a little bit of their shadow peeking out. That's not their entire being. Right? So if you experience these shadows, don't generalize them, compartmentalize them, is what I'm getting. And keep your cool. Keep your cool. I'm on fire today. The King of Cups, integrity and stability. Keep your cool. I did mention that Mars was in Cancer, right? The King of Cups is not passive aggressive. The King of Cups is almost like a buoy in the middle of a stormy ocean, right? This is someone who can be very grounded, very stable. I don't know who this is. This could be a part of you that you can tap into, right? Or this could be someone you're dealing with. The King of Cups holds a lot of emotion, right? And if you're a regular here, you'll know I talk about the swan that's gliding on the lake, right? It looks like it's just floating effortlessly, but you don't know how fast the feet are moving. Let the emotion bubble, right? It needs to bubble. That is that cathartic release. Cry it out if you need to, but don't let your words get away with themselves. Okay? The King of Cups, like I said, holds a lot of emotion, a lot of love. This is not the time to express it. This is the time for self. This is the time for healing. Stabilize yourself, ground yourself. We're lucky that the sun is in Taurus, right? That's the polarity, because Taurus is very stable, very grounded. So tap into that. We have the Eight of Pentacles, resourcefulness and positive potential. Some of you, I'm thinking about the Seven of Pentacles suddenly. Oh, Ace of Swords, beautiful. Breakthrough, mental focus. I'm thinking about the Seven of Swords, right? About how we're very careful about where we're investing our time, love, energy, attention. The Eight of Pentacles showing up is almost a nod to you have invested your time successfully. The people, places, and situations you have invested in, that you are focusing on, are the people, places, and situations that you should be focusing on. I'm getting that you haven't wasted any time, which is great, because you're on the path that you were destined to be on. I'm also getting with the Eight of Pentacles, if you feel that no work is being done on the other side, you may feel that you're healing, you're on this journey, you're awakening spiritually, and the other side is lying dormant. You may be wrong, because this is a collective energy update for a relationship, right? So the Eight of Pentacles is telling me that there's work happening behind the scenes, under the water. And I forgot to mention the Ace of Swords. That could be communication. Again, I would wait just a minute before this energy passes, before having a conversation, because this eclipse can make us loony, completely loony. That is where that word comes from, right? Luna, loony. So if you find yourself being a little crazy, you're feeling a little crazy, stop for just a minute before you have that intense conversation. We have the Knight of Cups, opportunity and creativity. You see, I feel like whoever you're dealing with has this King of Cups potential, right? No gender in tarot, just take the energy with you. And we have the King of Pentacles at the bottom. What was I saying? And I was literally gonna say that the King of Cups reminds me of the King of Pentacles, because I was talking about the Sun in Taurus, about that earthy energy, right? This is confirmation. Whoever you're dealing with can be an incredibly grounding force in your life, right? They just need to do their little bit of healing first. But they have this King of Cups, King of Pentacles potential. But they may approach as the Knight, okay? I'm not saying take breadcrumbs. This is not the page, right? The Knight still brings in the Ace of Cups, brings in a beautiful offer of love. Show gratitude. Show gratitude for everything that you're receiving, regardless of where you're receiving it from, whether it's from this person, whether it's from the universe, whether it's from the earth. Show gratitude for everything that you are receiving, and you're just going to get more of it. With opportunity and creativity, I feel like once this cleansing has been done, once this purging has been done, whatever this is for you, whatever obstacle it is that you are trying to remove, it's almost like a highway opens up. It's like the road opens up to you. The road to you opens up, is what I'm getting. It's almost like right now, this person has to run like a cross-country marathon with 1,000,000 obstacles to get to you. Those obstacles could be psychological, right? They could be physical as well. I'm almost feeling that wrecking ball removing all those obstacles. So it's like a plain old marathon where a little sprint and this person is there at your door. That's the analogy I'm getting. Whoop. Okay. Dropped a card. Oh, look who it is. It's the moon with the 9 of Pentacles. Does that not look like a cross-country marathon to you? I feel for some of you, for a very small number of you, if this person was committed to somebody else, right? They were with somebody else. They're breaking free of that. The 9 of Pentacles can also be, it's an independent energy, right? It does talk about financial independence, of course, but to a very large extent, it talks about being untethered, unbound, free to roam, free to do your own thing. Again, this is just talking about those obstacles being removed. And this is a confirmation. Intuition and illusion. It is a confirmation because we're talking about the eclipse. Whatever is brewing up, bubbling up to the surface, collective, I feel like you need to take it with a pinch of salt. It's going to make you incredibly cranky. It's going to make you a little upset. But it's eventually going to lead you to this happily ever after, to the lovers. And we have the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. And the Ace of Pentacles. You can't make this up. With the 10 of Cups, the Page of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and the Magician with the 2 of Cups and the Ace of Swords. You can't make this up. Justice, strength. I could go on and on and on. You see what's at the bottom of the deck. The bottom of the deck always talks about the energy that wants to come in, not the energy you're in already. This is available to you to tap into. The only way you can tap into it is by releasing and purging. When I was trying to analyze the energy of this eclipse, for me, it was almost like Neptune coming out of retrograde, right? If you're not familiar with astrological jargon, I'll explain this to you. It's like the rose-colored glasses come off, right? You're here watching a reading. I'm almost positive some of you are empaths. When you are empaths, when you are highly sensitive, when you're attuned to the divine, we can wear those rose-colored glasses. We can almost start thinking from the crown chakra level instead of the heart level or the root level, right? And we kind of enter La La Land. I'm saying we because I'm pretty much the same. We enter La La Land and we put this, whatever this is, this connection up on a pedestal because it is highly spiritual in nature. I'm not saying it's not. But with the sun being in Taurus, it is time to bring that off the pedestal and ground it and root it and almost bury it so that it can heal itself and cleanse itself, right? Those rose-colored glasses need to come off now. We need to stop romanticizing pain. We need to stop romanticizing trauma, right? We need to start rooting and grounding ourselves. This is not the time to activate your crown chakra. This is the time to activate your root chakra. Though Scorpio is a water sign, it is the most grounded of all water signs. Okay, it's not afraid to go deep. Go deep. Whoever it is that you are dealing with, I almost feel like they embody everything that you deserve. They embody passion, they embody love, they embody stability, they embody the truth. I saw the Ace of Swords multiple times. But for that embodiment to actually reveal itself to you, a lot of deep healing and purging needs to happen. And this is the time when you can literally strike while the iron is hot. This is the time when that deep cathartic release can happen. Whew. All right, let's get some charms and initials to close this off. I'm going to mention the signs quickly, or should I? We just have Pisces showing up and Gemini. That's about it. We have the letters K, T, D, O, D again, and I. Now these could be your initials, they could be the initials of the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be, only take it if it resonates. Then we have Capricorn. Could be dealing with a Capricorn, you could be one yourself. We have an owl. This is deep-seated wisdom. This is that ancestral wisdom that I was talking about. It doesn't even have to be ancestral. It could be within this lifetime. The wisdom that's been generated within your psyche, use it wisely. Okay? Then we have a feather, which talks about communication. It talks about travel. So that could be coming up. Just keep in mind we're in the middle of Mercury retrograde. So travel plans need to be double-checked, triple-checked. And then we have the Hamsa hand. So if you are being put through pressure, you are also being protected through it by the universe. All right? That was it. I hope this helped, and I have uploaded your monthly readings already on the channel if you want to have a look. Those are based on your signs, and your mid-monthlies will be uploaded shortly. And if this reading did resonate with you, then any interaction with it, whether it's a like or a comment or a subscribe, will not only help my channel grow, it's going to add your energy to the collective pool and just make it easier for me to read for everyone just a little bit better. All right? Enjoy the eclipse. It's going to be a doozy, but we'll get through it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.